ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome to the Saudi Patient Safety Center Mortality Review platform. This platform is a structured judgment review framework designed to review mortality, to identify patient safety events, identify gaps in care, promote learning from mortality cases, and guide improvements to reduce the risk of similar events in the future. Today we're going to walk you through first how to access this platform. Usually the point of contact in the hospitals have access for the Saudi patient safety platforms, and from the dashboard you go as a quality director to the hospital and user information, and then user and privileges, and from this page you can add new user or give authority to existing user by clicking from here, giving the authority by clicking on mortality review, or by adding a new user from here, and you put all the information for the authorized person to use the platform. And then the authorized user gonna log in the system, the same link, going to system, and then to the mortality review platform. And from here it appeared the hospital view of their cases. Here you're gonna see all the cases related to your hospital, and you have like here if you can like a filter of the cases already completed or in progress or not started. Okay, and for each case from details here we can go inside the case and we start reviewing the file and fill out the form. To navigate patient file through the review is by going for the phases of care, which is admission and initial management, which is the 24 hours of admission. Then we go to the summary and report, the last 24 hours, and matching it with the admission, the first 24 hours. And then if the patient transferred to a higher level of care, if there is any invasive procedure, operations, and resuscitation events. By reviewing these phases, it gives us a hint for deeper investigation into where care breakdowns may have happened. Okay, and then we start filling the form based on the review. As we see here, like if the patient full code or DNR, if patient died within the first 24 hours of admission, and if the patient transferred from another hospital within 24 hours. And then we choose the location of the death. Is it ICU, emergency, any department? You just write you choose the department where the death happened. And then we go to the part 2, which is the problem category. As we have here is like 8 problems categories: assessment and diagnosis, medication and fluids, treatment and management plan. So if we have an issue with the assessment and diagnosis in the first 24 hours when we did the review for the patient's file, we click here. As we see, like if there is any delay in for example, if we have misdiagnosis of or delay, we write here like if it's missed or delayed diagnosis. And we go to the medication as well, we do the same. And what we have here in the items is not limited to this. It's just a hint to help you to what we are looking for in the patient file. For example, if we have patient with sepsis and it was misdiagnosed, this is going to impact the patient in more than one category. As we see here, the assessment and diagnosis, and under the infection management. So we're gonna click here. We have like delay in recognition infection or sepsis, or if the patient didn't receive the antibiotic within the golden hour, we have like to click on delay in starting antibiotic for severe infection, sepsis, and we write here like delay in starting first dose. And we do the same for the clinical monitoring and transfer for all the 8 categories. If we have no issues with any of the categories, we just click, we unclick all these categories and we move on. The next part is the mortality grading, as we have here from grade 1 to grade 5. Usually grade 1 due to terminal illnesses or death on arrival. As we see here, grade 2 death with a cure despite the healthcare services taking preventive measures, and we go up until 5, which is usually a possible patient sentinel event. If we don't have any issues with the patient preview, we just go here, choose the grading, and we submit. Otherwise, if we click in any of these issues here, it's gonna open a new part 4, which is the reviewer conclusion. As we see here, what the issues we have above, is it diagnostic, or is it treatment or preventive? Like if there is a delay in diagnosis, it's gonna be diagnostic, and we write here like delay, or we write the issue in here. If patient develop hospital acquired infection, it's going to be under preventive or pressure ulcer, and we write here patient develop pressure ulcer. If there is issues with the communication between the teams in the hospital, we just click like other, failure of communication, and we just write here like a brief explanation of the issue. The part after that is like the contributing factors related to what we found in the patient file. We choose here the category of contributing factors, then the subcategory, and we write casual statement for what happened and corrective actions and the action category from the list here. And if you go and see the guideline provided with the video, there is examples for all the review, how to fill it, and examples for what we are looking in the patient's file. And the final part, if you have any additional comments, you can just write it in here and click. You have the option to save as a draft, or you can just submit the review. After submitting the review, you're gonna go back here to the hospital view with all the cases, and if you go to the completed cases, you're gonna find the case you already finished. Thank you so much.